what we are going to do tonight is we're going to give Lorraine a big hand of applause because she's so brave to bring us her questionnaire. And the idea is that we are going to take her questionnaire tonight and we're going to put it onto SurveyMonkey. That's just to give everybody the feel of how SurveyMonkey works and how you can take the concept which is in your head or on paper like hers in Excel and then make it actually happen electronically. All right. So my suggestion is that we do that for about the first half an hour, however long it takes. I'm not going to do every question in detail. I'm just going to do enough questions so that everyone can get a feel and Lorraine then has the tools to go and finish the questionnaire herself. And then after that, we will then have the workshop, as we said. So we would like as many of you as are willing and have questions to come and tell us what your problems are, and then we will discuss it in the group. Okay, I mean, you all know how those workshops work. All right, so I'm going to start at the very beginning. And so the first thing I need to do is to log on to SurveyMonkey. So the website is www.surveymonkey.com, all right? And then you get into this homepage of SurveyMonkey. And on the right-hand side is the sign-in button. And the username is Barry ML, all small letters. And the password is. But you are welcome, that information I will also make available offline or in email or whatever. All right. Yes, this will show on YouTube, yes. So when it's online, yes, that's true. Yeah, that might be a problem, hey? Okay, I think we better edit that bit out.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm going to edit that bit out, but so you can send me an email for the password and the username. All right. Okay, so remember last week we were talking about the Delphi round 1. So just to show you that I've now started working on it. And so if I say yes, you will see that the first question is, what type of research are you currently busy with? An MTech, full researcher, MTech with subject, an MBA or a PhD. And you can then go and select the relevant button. Then I would like to know whether you're a staff member or unemployed, and then everything that goes in between that. Then the next question is, where are you in terms of your research progress? So here I'm going to talk you through it because I just wanted to check that I haven't missed something. Okay, so busy with 2-page abstract. Abstract has been approved by FHDC and I'm working on my proposal. My proposal has been approved. I have completed my literature survey chapters. I have completed my research design chapters. My questionnaire has been approved. I'm busy gathering data. My data gathering is complete and I'm currently analyzing data. And I'm currently writing up my dissertation or thesis. Can everybody see themselves there at this stage? You too, Nati, because I think you're the furthest of everybody.
I know there's this situation when someone is already in chapter 1, somewhere in the literature chapters.
But their proposal hasn't been approved.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, but I think then they would just have to select my proposal. Sorry, I'm working on my proposal. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes. Yes. I want to know officially, just for purposes of the survey. All right. And then how many minutes does it take you to get to TUT for the research workshop? I just wanted to show you that if I put in 30, I probably will have to say next, then it says please enter the minutes in a number format. Okay, so I have to put in 30. Oh, sorry. 67 will work. See, it works. All right. And then in terms of the relationship status, I'm in a committed relationship, so that means you're living with a partner or married. I'm in a committed relationship and I have children. I'm in a relationship, I'm not in a relationship. Remember we said that the level of the support and the types of support that people might need might vary depending on their relationship status. Okay, so, yes? No, I'm done.
For example, that one in 6, normally one would start from the least to the most, for example. In this case, it is not like a specific reason, or is it that how it came to your mind?
That's how it came to my mind, yeah.
Interjection. You can't have order here. You can't have.
You don't have to have order.
Okay, maybe I'm a old school.
I'm thinking, okay, what would be the least in this case?
I'm not, it's not the list.
I'm not in a relationship.
It's the least.
When I said least, I mean from the one end
Yes,
to the
I
other.
understand. I'm getting there,
But-
but I'm trying to get to the analysis and interpretation. I want to add that aspect later. From the least to the most, whatever. In
Okay,
this case,
so the most would
the
be,
other way around, in this case. I'm not in a relationship.
Maybe it's already on the boxes. Sure, don't mind mine.
No. I'm interested because I'm more interested in how we are going to interpret this. So then we say, because remember, the idea is we want to say people who need support are those most likely with children, therefore we need to provide a structured thing, a structured setting. Now, someone not in a relationship essentially means if they have more time,
yes.
That's the
Now-
deduction that one makes.
that's where I'm getting to. Yes.
So, and that's actually why I asked the question, because one would deduct that people who is in a relationship and who has got children
We'll have less time.
less time, and for better planning needs to be done.
Yeah, so we expect that to make a difference, but we want to see, does that really make a difference? And we might find that it doesn't actually make a difference. Okay, but the one thing which coming to that of, how should one sort the data, the interesting thing is that SurveyMonkey, if I go and edit the question, will even randomize, flip or sort choices. Okay, so if I select that, it will randomize the answer for each respondent. It will flip answer choices for each respondent, or it will sort answer choices alphabetically. Okay, so the point is that you don't have to have the data in a certain order. And sometimes I actually think it's better not to have it in a certain order, because then you make people think. Because if they're expecting a pattern and suddenly the pattern isn't there, they realize, oh, actually I must read the questions and think a bit, yes. And the thing about questionnaires is one has to build in things that make people think. Otherwise, they're just going to go tick, 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 tick. And you don't want that. Okay. All right, so that basically then is how far I've got with the Delphi survey. I'm going to definitely next week when we're on holiday finish it and send it out to everybody so you can participate. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to start Lorraine's questionnaire. So all I've done is I've just gone home. Let me just make this view zoom in. No, zoom out, sorry. View, zoom out. View, zoom out. Okay, because I need to be able to see the whole screen. All right, so view, zoom out. Okay, so do you see here at the top right-hand corner, there's a little green button that says Create Survey, right? So now to create Lorraine's survey, the first thing I do is I click on Create Survey, right? And we are going to create a new survey. We're not going to copy an existing survey. The nice thing is that eventually we will probably make a template for TUT students to use that has the first page in terms of the ethics clearance and all that built in, but we're not there yet. And then you would be able to copy the template. All right. But for now, we're just going to do a new survey. Lorraine, what would you like to call your survey? What is your study about?
It's the responsiveness of the National Diploma Tourism Management to the needs of the industry.
Okay.
It's long. Just say
in
tourism skills needs.
Dip.
Just say tourism skills needs.
Okay, so tourism skills needs in South Africa. Because remember that the people that get the survey will see that title. So, you know, it has to open up or start a certain picture in their mind. Okay, so it is important. Yeah. Okay, and then SurveyMonkey has different categories, but you don't have to select a category. So this is more if you are happy with making your survey available to other people for them to look at, then you select a category. So we're not going to select a category. All right, and then we can just say continue. And it's a little bit slow, but okay, so there it's now created your survey, which is tourism skills needs in South Africa. Okay, so I have the survey here electronically. So the first section is general information, and so I can maybe just copy that, and I will put that as the title of the page. Okay, so that will be section A, general information. Are you happy with that? All right, save page. Okay, so your questionnaire as it is now doesn't have a first page which explains to the person, the respondent, what the questionnaire is about and so on. So I would suggest that you should add a page like that. Do you agree, Abel?
Actually, there is one that comes from the department, but because I was still doing the pilot here,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't want to add it because it's a lot of reading.
Okay, all right. Okay, but so what you would then do is you would add a page before the general information section where you just summarize what is in that questionnaire from the department. Just so that, because it's just important that the respondents have a picture in their mind of what is this about and why are we answering this questionnaire. Because you need to motivate the people from the beginning to take part in the questionnaire. And if they don't have any motivation or any reason why, your response rate will probably be lower. Okay.
I've always had this idea that we could do that when we send people a link. Instead of the information being on the face of the
Yes.
picture, but also part of the email.
The email, yes.
And you motivate them.
Yes.
Please
Yeah.
do this, then. That's how I've always had this.
Okay, so you prefer to do that.
So then
Okay, so let's delete it here then. Yeah, I think what you're saying is good, and I think one must be careful that you don't then just duplicate the information, because then you just make the people read it double. Yeah. Okay, but the button which we had in the beginning. Sorry, let me just add the page here and let's just talk about that. According to the ethics, your respondents have to be informed about what the output and the purpose of the survey is. And they have to somehow indicate that they agree to take part, all right? So you probably should have a question here that says the summative or summary of the data of this survey will be used for purposes, is it a master's or a PhD? Purposes of completing an MTech, and the results may be published. Your no, I'll put that, but your individual data will be kept confidential.
Yes.
Individual data will be kept confidential at all times, something like that, just so that the people get that feeling. And then we put a multiple choice because we want them to only select one answer. So yes, I consent to take part in the study. Is that good? No, I would rather not take part in the study. Okay, right.
Then why put that? The idea is to make someone to complete. Now, if they don't tick the yes, it doesn't continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
So leave it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's like a legal, you are entering a legal contract with the people. Now the ethics people seem to be more comfortable with a written thing, whereas when it's electronic, they want to see that the people had the option of jumping out of the survey, right? And so this is the one question that we do need an answer for. So I do not like when I do electronic questionnaires to use the option require an answer for this question, for the reason that sometimes people miss a question and then it's very irritating if the system keeps on throwing you back. You understand? And then what happens is people lose motivation and they just close the questionnaire. But this is an important one, they have to answer it. So this one I would mark require an answer. And then what we then do is, and this is also just to also show you the functionality of SurveyMonkey, is we can add question logic, all right? So basically, if the person says yes, we tell the questionnaire to take them to section A, general information, all right? If the person says no, it takes them either to the end of the survey or you can have a specific disqualification page. But let's just take them to the end of the survey. So at the end it will just say thank you and you understand. And then this, and this answer is also then captured for every respondent. So you then have proof that every single respondent has agreed to take part in the study and that the results of the study can be published. Okay. So you can see, if I'm just talking about the logic page, sometimes in a survey, say for example, I have staff members that are answering and non-staff members that are answering. And I want, if the person indicates that they're a staff member, I want them to answer A, B, C. But if they indicate they're not a staff member, I want them to answer X, Y, Z. So you can see, you can also use the logic to automatically take the person to that page. And that's one of the other advantages of an electronic survey. Because if it's paper-based, you will then say, go to question 10, and then the person has to find question 10. whereas electronically it can automatically take you there. Right, so I just wanted to add that. Right, so now we're saving the logic. Okay, so let's go to general information, and we can add a question. So the first question is basically, which tourism subsector do you represent? Okay, so I can copy that, and one SurveyMonkey has decided to wake up. Hello. Murphy, yes. Can we please take Murphy out of the building and shoot him? Can you please take Can you please take Murphy off your email list? No, I don't believe this now. It doesn't normally take that long, so I'm just rather going to log in again because there we go. Add question. There we go. See, that's how long it should take. All right, so which tourism subsector do you represent? And when you look at the options which Lorraine has over here, Lorraine, you only want them to select one. Okay. So then we can copy the options, and for the question type, we want multiple choice, only one answer, because we only want them to answer one. And then I can paste it, and you'll see that now, because the table was set up a little bit strangely. There, okay. Right, so save. Oh, okay. And would you do have an other?
Yes.
Okay. So the other is not a last option. You have to go down and then say add other or a comment field. All right. And then what it will do is it will give the people the choice of putting text in there. And you can also validate the text. So if you want a specific length or a whole number or a decimal number, or it must be an email address, the email address is the one that I've used the most. So if you specifically want somebody to enter an email address into this comment or this other, then you select that off the list. Okay, but for yours, there isn't really anything that we want to limit. So we just want the option of other. Okay. And then it also has make this an answer choice, and I haven't read up about it, but what I think it does is it then takes that one, and for the next time a person fills in the survey, it then makes that a choice as well. But that's a dangerous thing to do. Because if people now put garbage or they misspell things or whatever, then it messes your survey. You understand? So I would only use that if you're dealing with very professional people that you know will be serious about putting the correct information in there. Okay.
So each stage you save them first.
Yes, yes. Yes. Okay, and then the other thing about an electronic questionnaire is you try and put as much information on one screen as possible before the person then has to scroll down. Because if you have to scroll down, that's also when you start losing interest in this questionnaire. So what I would do is the SurveyMonkey gives you the option of putting it in 2 columns or in 3 columns. All right. I wouldn't use the horizontal buttons, because the horizontal buttons is more if you just have 1, 2, 3, 4 that the people have to select. So something very short. But I would put it in 3 columns, and then we can look and see what it will look like. so you can see it then looks like that. Right, so are you happy with that display? Right, and obviously this is the stuff that you play around with afterwards and you can optimize, but I'm just trying to show you guys the options that SurveyMonkey does give you. Okay, and then the next question you have is estimated number of employees in your organization. Okay, so you have already looked at this questionnaire and you're happy with the fact that she's already stratifying the data.
Excuse me?
By saying under 10, from 10 to 50, from 50 to 250, 250 plus, she's already stratifying data because she's already categorizing and saying these people belong together in a category, those people belong together in a category. So you're happy with that?
Yes, you have to minimize it because they already have different sectors. So otherwise, then we are just going to work with me. And one other thing they're doing this is because conventionally in the tourism
Industry?
whatever manifesto, whatever they use, that's how they interpret things.
Okay.
So it follows.
The CETA,
Yes?
when they do the skills, when they get the skills, I don't know what you call it, the skills information from employers.
Okay.
When they are surveying them,
Okay.
that is how they categorize them to say you are an SMME
Okay.
if you are between this bracket to that bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically.
I wonder that similar kind of question. It's a bit confusing because the person is having 10.
Yes, we have to talk about that and we have to fix that. But my first comment is that when you remember that when you do this with numbers, you are already stratifying your data. Okay, and so for example, I always say to my students, if you are looking at how many years work experience people have, rather than saying less than 5, more than 10, that type of thing, rather say give me a whole number. Because, or age, for example, is the same thing. Because you can do more with the data.
You lose information.
You lose, so by doing this, you are losing information.
But one thing that helps in this case, remember, the objective of her study is to link what the department needs
Mm.
and the students.
Yes.
So therefore, the two bodies are in conjunction. They are the ones who
Yes.
need information, and they are the ones who will understand it.
Yes.
Therefore,
Therefore, that's fine.
you know,
Yes, yes. Yeah, no, I just wanted to, discuss what are we doing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying this is the implication of what we are doing. All right. Okay, so we can then copy the question and we can put it here. And then we also, okay, and you can see it uses American spelling, but we use British spelling. All right. So the nice thing it does do spell check. But you must just make sure that you don't then change your spelling to the American spelling. Okay. So we then want multiple choice, only one answer. All right. And then this is confusing, as he said. So let's just copy it and then talk about how can we make it less confusing. What do you think? Do you see the confusion? Because under 10 is fine.
I may be biased in the sense that I have seen other things from past research that was conducted with tourism entrepreneurs.
But now, if I have 50 people in my organization, which one do I choose?
50 to 250.
But why?
Because,
fine, yeah.
oh, okay.
I think the
Or maybe 51, maybe 51 to
Yeah.
50. Maybe 51 to 250, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually just the middle one that was confusing. Because under 10 is right, because then 10 to 50 is right, but then it should be 51 to 250. So the thing is that it sounds, no, it's more than 250, so that's fine. Because if you have 250, then you select 51 to 250. And if you have 251, then you select 250 plus.
The interpretation might be 250 and 250 plus on the last.
Okay, so let's say more,
More than
More than 250. So that's clear then. All right. So everybody, it might seem as if we are splitting hairs, but if I get a questionnaire that I need to fill in, and on the first page already, I don't know what I should give, that's when I close the questionnaire. All right, so it's something silly like this that will demotivate somebody to continue with your questionnaire.
Just discuss the reason why it will be better to actually indicate the number of personnel. Why didn't we choose that option?
Because in the tourism industry, this is an accepted method of stratification.
Thank you.
Okay, right, and this one, because it's only 4 options, let's see what happens if we say make it a horizontal buttons, because it might actually look quite nice on this one. You see, that one works. Because if we can also quickly just, I don't want to do this every time, but we can quickly just preview it and see. So yes, I consent to take part. And this is then where you preview. This is then exactly what the person who is filling in the questionnaire will see. All right. So you can see this looks very nice and it's easy to read and easy to understand.
The 2.1, the first question.
Yes?
I used the categories that are being used in the SARS list of occupations.
Yes, yes.
This one, did you get it from the tourism industry?
Yes, from the CAT SETA, the tourism SETA.
Okay, at the moment, SurveyMonkey is automatically giving each question a number, all right? So I must just take out your number, all right? Because remember, we now...
3.1s and
Yes, 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 and that's because I copied your number. So I'm just going to take out your number, and then we'll just go with what SurveyMonkey gives. I know there is a way of actually switching it off, but I've never... I know that when I did my own survey many moons ago, I did look at these things, but I don't remember how, because I normally just tell my students go with what SurveyMonkey gives, because that's the easiest, route. It's the route of least resistance. But if your study leader is not happy with that and they insist, then there is a way of switching it off. Okay.
You mean the number?
The numbering, yeah. But you can see that this grey question number over here is the question number which SurveyMonkey gives to each of the questions. So remember, when you do a written survey, you normally have a place here that says for office use. So that is similar to that for office use thing. All right.
So will you ever get to use them?
Yes, if you convert it into SPSS format, it will then use that instead of the question text.
These two.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so let's do, I'm going to do one more under general information. I can just as well do the last 2 because there's only 2. So let's just quickly do that. So what is your highest level of education? Copy, paste. But now I don't have to do a song and dance. You all know that it will basically be a multiple choice. And matric, certificate, diploma, degree. Okay.
Actually, just to make it fancy, she will change later. Make it a drop-down list.
Okay, all right.
Then we change.
So instead of multiple choice, but we're going to use the drop-down list when we get to the actual questions. So, yeah. But so you could go here and you can say, where is just a normal drop-down list? Multiple answers. Oh, you can only have a matrix of drop-down boxes. So you can only use a drop-down box if there's more than one option. So it won't work here. Okay, but I'll show you.
More than one option with more than one level.
Yes. Yes. So when we get to what do you expect and what did you get, it will work there. All right. Right, and then the last question is your position in the business. So you are only interested in owners or owner managers or managers. You're not going to talk, you're not sending this to people that are not one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound critical, but
No, it's fine.
it's to understand or to help. One of your choices earlier on was, are you in government?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in government, you won't be an owner.
But you can be a manager.
You can be a manager. Right.
It covers your bases.
But that's
Okay.
good. That's why I brought it here.
All right, and what you could do here, let's see if it would work, is say other and then, oh no, it doesn't give you that. No, I was thinking that if you had other and they select other, then you just throw them out of the questionnaire.
What about if he should have put manager, and then earlier, or owner, and then earlier he put government? Should he then be vetoed?
No, but I think that you do.
But you can't own.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
that's the point.
Yeah.
What
Oh, then
if,
how
what if the
does it?
option was owner in government?
Then you have to disregard that. Then you have to disregard that person's response.
It's a spoiled one.
But should
Yeah.
you then have a pop-up that says,
Yeah, but that's, you can, but then that's going to require you to have lots of logics.
Mm.
For every
Yeah.
answer in the first one, all the other ones should have a logic for that answer. Like in this case, that question, that's question number 4.
Yeah.
If your answer was government in top, you cannot have owner. Actually, you don't have a choice then by default manager.
Yeah.
so you only got to sort it out when you get the information.
Yes. So there are two ways. You can build in the logic up front, but then you could get yourself caught in a knot, or you can say, well, after the fact, once I've got the data, I can now look at it and I can see this is a spoiled one. Okay, so I've put other in just for fun, and so if they select other, they'll get thrown out, but you can remove it later. So this is just to show you how it
They
works.
get thrown out of the questionnaire.
Yes,
Why?
because she's not interested if they're not owners or managers. She's only interested in people that are owners or managers.
But that's a catch-22.
It's,
It's a filter.
but yeah, it's good in a way, but also I'm worried. We spoke about this earlier. I'm worried about those people who say I'm not a manager, but I'm a supervisor.
Well, then you have to make it clear. Okay, so then you have to make it clear. All right. So, sorry, I must first take the logic out, otherwise it won't let me.
So it means, in essence, if you sort out your nitty-gritties at the beginning, you can actually get the result when all the people have actually answered. Then you're done. So you have all the logics.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that looks better. All right. Okay, but so I'm just showing you, and you can now go and throw things out and change it and whatever. But I'm just showing you the types of functionality that SurveyMonkey does give you. All right.
Let's go to the other and throw them out.
Okay, so let's go to. Okay, so we could preview our. So this is our first page. So if I say no, it throws me out, you see. So I have to say yes to go to the next page, and then I can now select and say other, and it throws me out. Okay.
Because of one answer.
Yes.
You reduce the
Yeah, but I mean, you can decide what you want to do there.
Now, if it throws them out, do they still have Do people have to send this back to you, or does it come back?
No, this
automatically to you?
it automatically. This is a web-based database,
Okay.
so the data is automatically stored on the web. So you will then get answers for the first 4 questions from these people, but they will then not, the rest of the questions they will not have answered. So then you just disregard their first question answers as well. Okay, so it's, yeah.
But that should, I wouldn't recommend that for people doing research because, yeah, anyway, we just in the functionality of the.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, no,
Because,
cancel.
It would be, and you cannot conclude properly if, say, 10 people have answered 4 questions, and then 3 have actually didn't answer the other, but they have the last, out of 7 questions, 3 managed to finish the whole entire questioning. Now, your results cannot say, so many 10 people did this, yet you are referring to that group,
Mm.
but yet people won't know that.
Yeah, but you have to say that.
Yes.
So even on the yes/no questions, I normally say to my students, if there were people that said no, say that, because then it's reported. That's basically what it boils down to. Okay, so now I've added a page. I just clicked on add page while you were all talking. And so now we will edit the page options. And this will now be section B, curriculum information. All right. So I'll copy it. All right. And I'll save the page. Okay, and now we can add our question. So the first question is, rate the importance of including the following subjects in a 3-year diploma in tourism management. Okay. So that's the... All right. And, okay, but your what you expect, what you get. All right. So I think your question is maybe not clear enough because you're not telling people that there's a what you expect and what you get scale. All right. So you have to tell them what do you want them, what do you mean by what you expect and what do you mean by what you get.
Okay, so basically, what skills do you expect?
Okay, so rate the importance of including the following subjects in a 3-year diploma in tourism management. Please indicate what you would expect from a diploma graduate, or what do you say?
Yeah, diploma graduate.
Is that the right,
I don't know. I'll change it. No, it's not.
from a diploma candidate? And also what your current
You're receiving.
experience is of what the diploma candidates are capable of. Okay, so that's like quickly off the top of my head. You can talk to your supervisor and you can refine that, but I would really suggest that you don't just, you know, that you actually guide the people as to what you want.
You was making a comment
Yes?
in English,
Yes?
my 10th language. Candidate usually means somebody in the process.
Oh, okay.
Graduate was the first.
It's actually.
But graduate is...
That is also correct because this is going the employers that we're talking to. It's people who are taking our students for work at integrated learning. They're in their 3rd year.
So candidate is the right word.
So candidate. So they're not done.
They're not done. They're in their 3rd year.
Experiential learning. What? Spell experiential
Work integrated learning.
Work integrated learning. Okay, so then we have all of these Okay, so my first question would be, why do you have communication skills as a general category and then also written, negotiation, presentation, and interpersonal skills? Is it not enough just to have the bottom categories?
I don't know, I don't know. What do you guys think? But what my thinking was, first I wanted to just say communication skills, but then I thought, what is more important? Maybe for some presentation skills might be more important for some, but all those mean communication skills. It's a duplication.
Okay, but so
you
what
can
about if we say
actually-
general communication skills and then written communication, negotiation, presentation, interpersonal?
Still the same. General is
It's still,
includes the
it still includes all of them. It is repetition.
So I think you can do away with that.
Now when I look at it from there, it looks strange.
So let's take out then that.
The top, the first one.
Yes.
And we leave the
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah.
May I make another comment? You will do this. The 90 amount of time that you go through it, you'll still find something.
Yes, exactly.
I just wanted to comment. So don't feel bad.
But when it's there.
Okay, and we don't.
Sorry, the management, yes, I took it out.
Okay, so this is now. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, I was just inquiring about I don't know what is the limit of the number of questions that one can go through. I'm just looking at this.
For us, okay, can I just say before she tells you what the number is? It's very important for me to be as detailed as possible because my research, we are using it later on to change the curriculum.
Mm.
So it has to be as detailed as I can get because if we miss something, then we are still going to end up with the wrong curriculum.
Mm.
So how many questions can we have?
No, I think it's as we discussed last time. It's about how long or what is the period of time that you think a typical person will be willing to give you to fill in the questionnaire.
When students did this manually, they took 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if it takes 10 minutes manually, it probably takes 10 minutes online as well.
And the other question is, your respondents, who is it going to be? If it is, example, CEO of a company, you can't take too much of his time, and there's not many of them. But if it's students,
By all means.
But also what we are banking very much on the questionnaire that you are looking at now. It's people that we already have a relationship with.
Yeah.
People who have taken our students before.
Mm.
So we have already been communicating with them to say that we are in a process of change in the curriculum. We would like to serve you better. So we would really like you to help us. We've been polishing their egos.
Mm.
Nicely.
Yeah, and I think that, as I also said last time, the most important, which nobody heard, the most important thing is that you must tell the people how long it will take. Okay, so as part of the piloting of the questionnaire, you have to come to a realistic time that it will take people to complete. So that when they get the email that says, please will you fill in the survey, it will take 20 minutes of your time, they already in their mind have set aside that 20 minutes for you. Right. And I think that's actually more important. So even if it takes 3 hours, that's fine as long as you tell them, because then they commit to that.
answer his question. Like anything else in the academic world, there's no answer.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, one question. I'm not quite sure what was the reason behind the gradient tilting of the question.
Oh, that when we were doing the questionnaire, the manual like when we are printing, it's going to look better, but for whatever reason. But we're not using that.
Yeah.
This is what we're using.
Okay, so in SurveyMonkey, what we do in the case of these basically two scales that you have next to each other is we use the matrix of drop-down menus, all right? So when I select that question type, it asks me for the row choices, all right? And that is basically the options that you have, all right? And we must take general education out. Because general education should actually be rate the importance of including the following general subjects, okay? Because we get specialized later on. And then SurveyMonkey will automatically ask me how many menus do I want, all right? And the menus are basically what you expect is the heading, and the other one's menu is what you get, all right? Because that's the headings that you have here. And then you have not important, less important, important, very important, extremely important. And then you basically have the same scale on the what you get side.
No, I printed the
Yeah,
wrong
no.
thing. I was supposed to open the one it says, it's supposed to say satisfied, not satisfied.
Oh, okay.
I saved the wrong
So
one
what
on
must
the
it be?
places.
Satisfied.
What is the rate? What is the scale? Satisfied. But the satisfaction scale, the 5.
Okay, so is there a specific reason why you want to use a 5-point scale?
I don't know. I just thought it's easier.
What we were discussing last time is that with a 5-point scale, what often happens is you get a central tendency. So what happens is people don't want to make up their mind, so they just select the middle one.
If there is something to say. In this
Yeah.
case, there isn't.
Yeah, there isn't really, yes.
For this,
Yeah.
just for this specific example. Because important is still meaning, but it's important.
No. This the satisfied. It has to be what you get, what you expect. Please switch the no, you leave what you expect there. But
Yes.
what you, the not important, all that goes on the first block.
Oh, so what you get,
We are saying how important are these things to you?
okay.
What are you getting? Are you satisfied with what you are getting? How satisfied are you with what you are getting?
Okay. Okay, so in other words, rate the importance. You see, now your question must change again.
But it will be-
Maybe rate the satisfaction in this case. What? It's satisfaction.
Rate, it's first rate the importance of including these subjects, and then on the second column, I think I need to specify on the second column, indicate how satisfied with what you are getting, with what you are currently getting.
What would you like to do? I think will serve better here because if you're getting this type of questions where to say on A you're satisfied,
Mm-mm.
B, I think it will serve better. Otherwise you have to get an Oxford dictionary.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't have to now actually come up with a scale. You can fix it later on. So indicate how satisfied you are with the current students that that start. Sorry.
That undergo work integrated learning in your organization.
In terms of their knowledge of the
Or maybe
subjects
skills.
or skills, their skills in terms of the following general subjects, something like that.
can tweak that.
You can tweak that, yeah. But all I'm saying is that you can't just have the question as you have it at the top, because it's not descriptive enough. All right. All right, and then I'm going to leave it for not, you can change it to your satisfaction scale. I'm going to leave it on importance for now.
So if I have, for example, a 5-point Likert scale
Yes.
on the one side, can I have like a 3-point on the other side, or it has to be the
I don't know
same?
if it will allow you. Let's look. I'm not sure. It's an interesting question. Okay, let's say very satisfied, satisfied, not satisfied. I don't know what the statistician will say about that. It allows you to do that, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so you can, so attention to detail is not important and I'm not satisfied. So that tells you a story already. Okay, all right, and what we can then do you see that the layout of the question, we're wasting space because written communication skills and ethical social responsibilities is running onto the next line. And we can change that by going down to the bottom, and here where it says question size and placement, you can, at the moment it gives you 20% for the label. So the label are those choices that we have, sorry, are the questions that we want answered, and the choices that is the rating scale. So I find normally if you make it about 50-50, but you have to play around with it, it then displays nicely. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you can see when I select this, I can see nicely what it is, and I can then select it. Right. And then in terms of your questionnaire, I would then make, where you get to the languages, I would make a new page, for the reason that if you don't make it a new page, people will have to scroll down. Okay. So I would then add.
That's like a page break.
Yes. So I would add a page there, and then basically copy this same question, which you must still refine. And then instead of general subjects, language.
Okay.
If I could spell, that would help. Following language. Yes. All right, and then of course we use the same matrix of drop-down menus. And this is the last question I'm going to do for you, because you should be able to do it yourself. All right. So, okay, so English, indigenous, foreign languages. Okay, and that's a list of drop-down menus, and then again it is what you expect, what you get. Let's see, will it copy? No, it's nice, it copies that, but it doesn't want to copy. I'm just going to put one. You can go and put the, yeah. Right, and then let's just fix it from the start. Okay, so now the one thing which you will need to decide on is, on your written questionnaire, you have other, name them, and then you have more than one option. Okay. So the other option on SurveyMonkey only allows you one option. So if you want them to add more than one option, what my suggestion would be is to add the question and say, add any other general subjects which you require, okay? And then I would use multiple text boxes. Okay? And then you can decide how many you want to put. So you've got 3 at the moment, so let's stick with 3. So you just number them 1, 2, 3. No, well, not drop down. What you want here is you want multiple choice, multiple answers, because they must be able to select Sotho, Zulu, Xhosa, and Zulu, and Venda. All right. So select which indigenous, I don't know if that's right. Yes, languages are important or whatever. All right, and let's make it like that. And then, I mean, we all know what the indigenous languages are. Khoisan, is that one of them? Fanagalo. Okay, you can add to that, but this is just to give you the idea. And then what will then happen is they can then go and select all of them or 2 of them or whatever. And my suggestion would be that instead of leaving it completely open for the other foreign languages, you also give
It's
the...
easier with us because we know what our markets are.
Yes, yes,
So-
yes. So it's better to give the options than to say other. The reason for that is, remember that anything that's other, you have to go and code after the fact. So it's not so easy to say, okay, we just sort it and everybody that says German goes together, because what happens is people make spelling mistakes. So the one person, spells German without the A and the other one without the E, and then you as the researcher afterwards have to go and codify. So I always suggest try and codify as much as possible and then put the other option.
Does Monkey Survey
Survey Monkey.
require require you to play around with some, say for example, we answer this question, then delete the answer later.
Yes, you can delete it later on. Yes,
We can.
yes, yes.
Sometimes
But the okay. But so Lorraine, do you feel comfortable now that you would be able to do the rest of your questionnaire yourself?
I think I can.
Yeah, because it's
But I
very
can always phone you at me.
yes, not quite at midnight, but yes. But I mean, you understand how it works, and you can see that it's very simple. Do the rest of you think that what we did now added value? Because I think it helps to have something concrete in front of you to work from. All right, so Lorraine, I'm then going to leave it up to you. So what you're going to do is you're going to log into SurveyMonkey. It's going to take you to this page, all right? And then you find your survey over there. And you will see there's a design option. That's where we were just busy playing around. So that's where you change your questions and add your questions and so on. Then there is the collect option. And this is where you decide how you are going to collect the data. So it gives you several options. So you were asking about sharing on Facebook. You can actually share it directly to Facebook by selecting here, share on Facebook. Or you can copy that web link to your page on Facebook as well. All right. All right. The web link is the one that most people use, because you then just copy that link into an email. I'll go into that now to show you. The email option is where you have a database of email addresses which you then upload into SurveyMonkey. All right. It's yes, you can, yeah, it's from an Excel sheet. There is if you do this, because I actually used this when I did my Delphi for my PhD, because the nice thing about the email collector is if you upload the email addresses, each email address gets a unique questionnaire that goes to each email address. So if you have 50 people that you want to respond and you know will respond to your survey, then you can keep track which of the 50 have already responded, because SurveyMonkey can keep track of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? But very often we don't have the luxury of actually having a fixed database to work with. We often have to use a third party to send out the link for us, and then the email option doesn't work. But what's nice about the email option is you know exactly who has answered, and you can then create your reminders that they only go to the people that have not answered. Do you understand? Yes, yes. But then again, people might have a problem because of the confidentiality. All right. So if you use this option, you have to tell people that you are using it. And you have to, sorry?
I will send you a mail.
No, but you also have to tell them that as the researcher, I am aware who is answering. Do you understand? Because there is an ethical problem with it. You know, like at the CSIR, they did a survey where they wanted to know sort of what the culture and what the temperature of the organization was. And so there you get these really intelligent people that are totally paranoid. And they said, we are not going to answer the survey because you can see our IP address. And I'll show you that now. You can actually see the IP address of the person responding. So in the CSIR, we work on fixed IP addresses, so you can actually track me via my IP address. So what they had to do was set up computers outside of the offices in the passage where people then went and entered their data, because then they were comfortable. Right, so it depends also on the knowledge of your recipients. Okay. Okay, so that's the one way, and if you want to embed it on your website, or you want to display it as a pop-up window, you go there, and then it gives you the HTML code that you use on your website. Okay, but the normal one that people normally use is the web link. Sorry, I didn't go step by step now. So you then select the radio button web link, and you go to next step, and it then will create the web link for you. All right. It does have the option of customizing, but I wouldn't fiddle with that too much, because I think that is more for your advanced users that actually know what they're doing when they fiddle with web addresses, because you might just fiddle and break it. Okay.
Can't you go back and read it?
Yes,
Yeah.
but the problem is then you've already sent it out, and people have already come back and said it doesn't work, and you know what I'm saying. So you then just copy this address, and you just you paste it in your email, and the people then click on that, or you tell them they can click on it, or you tell them they must copy it into their web browser, and then they get taken. So let's open it. So there's a new tab now, and I've copied that address, and I've pasted it. So it should now take us to Lorraine's survey. You see that? Okay. Now, unfortunately, okay, well, let me answer it, because we can always delete it. But now, because I'm answering it, you will see that it will actually capture the data. So maybe it's a good exercise, because then I can show you what the data looks like on the other end. Right, I'm not going to answer every single question, but I'm going to answer the first couple like that. Elephant farming, bee selection, orchestral dances. Okay, that's subjects you need, all right. Okay, and it's important to get English. I'm satisfied. Okay, yeah, I've only put one option. And I want Zulu and Xhosa. Right. So now I can say I'm done. And then it just takes me to the SurveyMonkey website when it's done. And if we then go back to SurveyMonkey and we go to Analyze Results, et voila, we've had one respondent. So a total of one person started the survey and a total of one person completed the survey. All right. So when you can look at the response summary on this specific page. Okay, view all pages. All right. So it will start showing you graphs of what your respondents' responses look like. Okay, so you can see accommodation, under 10, matric, manager or supervisor. And then you can see here from critical thinking I didn't answer. So you can see that the response count is 0 there. Right. So this is really nice because very often you might have 100 people have started the survey and 90 people have completed it, but when you go and look at the detailed data, people have actually skipped. And so then you can say, but I don't have enough proper data or complete data sets. Right, and then so this shows you what you expect, the scale in terms of what is expected, and this is the scale in terms of what you get, in terms of satisfied, not satisfied, whatever. And here are my, here we had those text boxes, so it shows that I entered something, but if you want to see the detail, you click on Show Responses. All right. And then you can see there is the elephant farming was my first option, bee selection was the second one, and orchestral dances was the third one. And then here it shows you that English and indigenous languages was selected, and the satisfaction scale, and then the languages, specific languages. Right.
Question. Today I met 2 people that are doing this, including Lorraine. Lorraine will eventually need to also add the second version of the questionnaire
Yes.
for the control form.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
It enables that.
Yes. So what you do is when you go to collect responses, you can have various links. So I can call this. I can call this link, which is the one I now went and responded on. I can change its name. So here. So I can say class pilot. Okay, so this is during the class that we piloted it. Then I can go back. Sorry, go back one. No, man. Go back to collect here. And I can change this one and make it the formal pilot. All right, so let me just go and fiddle around with this one so I can show you what the data then looks like.
So that's what the formal,
This is the formal pilot, yeah. So it's 2 different collectors that I'm using, basically.
okay. Because in the other collector, she will still need to eliminate the second version of the answers.
Yes, but you'll see it's,
Just remove the second column.
yeah, so you'll see
Only
it's,
what you expect.
yeah, but so you'll see it's very simple because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what the data looks like when I download it into Excel, which is what I do in the final analysis. So this analysis here that we were playing around here, that's just to get a feel for your data. But when you do your detailed statistics, you need to download it, and never download the summary report, because the summary report basically looks the same as what we've seen on the screen. okay? But what we want is we want all the responses collected, and we then can download it in spreadsheet format. Normally the defaults are good enough, but you can also play around with how exactly you want it. And you can enter an email address here, then it will email it to that address. But I normally just go to request download, and then you just have to reload the page until it tells you. There, okay. So now you can see the download is ready. Oh, but remember last week we couldn't open it because there isn't a zip. Technical support. Okay, I'll tell you guys what I'll do. Have you got a zip? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start the workshop, and then while the workshop is on, we will install the zip file, and then at the end we will come back and I'll show you what the data looks like. Because unfortunately it downloads it in the form of a zip file, and you then have to unzip the file to get to the data. And I really want to show you that because it's quite cool. So let's just save it. Yes, it will still be sent as a. Oh, hold on. It does open it in. It does open it in what's Windows Explorer. Okay, so you either have CSV or you have Excel. All right. So what we do is we go to the Excel one. Now there are two sheets. The one is the collector list, and remember that we had two collectors. Okay. Oh, there was a new email invitation which we didn't use either, but we went in there, so I showed it to you. So it has 3 collectors, and each of the collectors are given a specific ID. All right. So now, if I go to the sheet 1, which is my actual data, you will see that the collector ID is shown over here. Okay. So in other words, if I go to my collector list, so the class pilot was 83, 5083. Collect sheet 1. Okay, so this was that first one that I played with. You remember that one? And then this was the formal pilot one which I created. Okay, so this is really cool because you can now have different collectors at different phases in your study, and you then can see which collector did you use. Like, for example, when I finalize the Delphi study, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one collector for the students and another collector for the staff. Do you understand? So I already have a stratification of my data. So you can use this as well as a method of stratifying your data. So say, for example, you have 10 organizations that you want to send the data to, and you want to know from which organization am I getting the data back. Then you can use 10 different collectors. All right, so you can think about whether you need to use different collectors, but that's basically.
Ask a question.
Yes.
In the case now that I've got the subsectors,
Mm.
would now those subsectors, for example, if somebody chose that they are travel agencies, would that be now the collector?
Yeah, no. That's just the answer to the question. Okay, so this is what your data will then look like. All right. So all right. So let me just quickly walk you. So respondent ID is a unique ID which is given by SurveyMonkey for each of your respondents. So at the end of the day, you will probably make this 1 to 100, all right? But there is a unique ID that's given by SurveyMonkey. Then you can see when they started the survey and when they ended the survey. Because with SurveyMonkey, you can go out and you can go in later, and as long as you go in from the same IP address, you can continue with the survey, all right? Then it tells you the IP address, and that's where issues of confidentiality can come in, all right? then if you had used the function where you upload the email addresses, you can also upload the first name and the last name of each person, and you can put in some other form of custom data. So when I use this for my PhD and I uploaded the email addresses, I put the first name and the last name, and for the custom data I then said academic and non-academic, because that was a way of stratifying. So again, you can stratify by that. Yes. Right. Okay. And then now this is the questions are shown at the top. If you remember, the question was the summary of the data of this survey will be used for purposes of completing an MTech, and the results may be published. Your individual data will be kept confidential at all times, and they could then respond yes or no. All right, and on both I responded yes. So it then tells you what the actual response is. All right. So, sorry?
Is there in the actual question?
And the actual question.
Is there a way of cutting it short? So which means you have to edit it yourself.
Yes, I think that if you fiddle around here at download responses, and we say all responses, and you say numerical value.
So if you just
Yes,
code.
then it will code it for you. All right.
Too much this whole question.
Yeah, well, I actually like the whole question, because I get confused if I'm working with numbers. Because now I can see car, coach, hire, and accommodation, and I can use count if, and I can count how many. Yeah. So it depends on you. All right. And yeah, so then you can see this is then how it captures. Here I didn't enter anything, so this would then be blank. But then when I started entering again here, they were the, remember, these were where we said add any other general subjects. So that's where I added it, and in the second, or the first one, I also indicated the languages. The second one, I just skipped it. Okay, so do you get a feeling now of SurveyMonkey and how it works and the power of it? Yeah. Okay. And oh, okay. All right. And if I go back to design survey, to my surveys, and I don't want that data which we now entered tonight to show, then you just say clear. And then I can clear both of the what do you call it, the collectors. Oh, sorry, I've already cleared it now. Why? What did you want to see on the analyze?
No, to see how is it analyzed?
Oh, okay. Let me go to one which actually has data. Let's go to this one. Let's not clear that one, please. All right. So you can see that here I can create a chart as well. All right. And so I can decide that I want a pie chart, or I want a column chart, or I want an area chart. You understand? Okay. But I find that for your actual report, if you copy and paste the data, you sometimes lose resolution. So the better way of doing it is to create the charts yourself in Excel. And that's very simple as well. Okay. Or SPSS, of course, is what you use for your more advanced data analysis, and that is his forte. I know nothing. I know nix. Okay. So any other questions on SurveyMonkey?
Every time you said you are going to give us some code,
The password.
Oh, the
changing,
password.
yeah.
Yes, just,
offline.
yeah, we'll give it offline. Okay. Because this video is going on YouTube, so we're just going to edit out the password part. All right. But the other thing which I have already done is I've started creating a wiki for this class so that all the information will be made available on the wiki. So as soon as I've populated it a bit, I will send the link to Nati and we will invite all of you to join the wiki, and then you will have access to all the data. Okay. All right, so can I now stop talking because I'm tired now? No. No. For the next 2 weeks, there is no workshop. All right? Because next week is the recess, and the week after that is the research showcase for our faculty. And Abel and I will be busy for 3 days listening, so I don't think that on the Thursday night we want to come and do a workshop. Right, so there will be another...
At the same time, we'll be presenting, so there's no need.
Yeah. So hopefully we will see some of you at the showcase presenting your research. For those of you that just want to attend to see what people are at and what people are busy with, especially those of you that are not full-time employed, the staff you are compelled to, because it is those 3 days have been declared non-academic days. So the staff will all be there, because it's the faculty research showcase. All right. But so sorry. What I wanted to say is, if there are any students that want to attend, and it might be worth your while to see what other people are busy with and how they're doing it and so on, please just send me an email and I'll put you on the guest list. Okay.
What is the thing with the 3 days? It's non-academic.
Non-academic, yes. So staff have to cancel classes. So you either have to give your classes assignments or tests. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm doomed.
Okay. All right. So that is the end of my story. Yeah. Questions. And I think we've now actually run out of time for the workshop part. So I hope this was worth it. Was it? Okay.
I'm extremely excited. I'm not sleeping today.
Now,
I
there's
can't
no-
wait for the password.
Have you got little papers there? He's got.
I have to attend the cultural day tomorrow. I have to buy. So you have to attend that.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those things that is endemic.
The
Of,
register.
yeah, and then those little papers. Yeah.
Can I put it in?
Yes. Sorry.
You use some terminology about weekly. What's the
Wiki. Oh, okay.
I've tried to explain it to her, she doesn't want to.
All right. There is a space called wikispaces.com, and basically what you can do is you can create your own wikis over there. Now, a wiki is just a way of sharing information. I think that this is my username and password. Let's see. Okay. No, this is the wrong one. Sign out now. Where do you sign out now?
Simon will come right.
Sign out. There it is. Thank you. Sign in. Okay, so a wiki is just basically a space where you can put data, and the beauty of it is that other people, if you give them membership of your wiki, can go and they can also add information. All right. So this is my research wiki, which I use for my students at University of Pretoria. This I've developed over the last 5 years. And you will see, and this is what I want to do for us as well. So basically there will be some menus on the left-hand side, and there will specifically be a place where each of you can go and create your page. And our idea around this is that you can go and put a picture and what you do and so on. And then as, for example, your proposal is approved, you go and upload it onto the wiki. So we have a place where everybody can see what everybody else is busy with. And it is, it's closed. It's not open to the whole world like the YouTube video. All right. And then what I have done with my students at the University of Pretoria is I've also done online recordings with them. And so the links to the recordings are here. So I will do exactly the same. And I will put the presentations, if we did a presentation. And here is some guidelines on proposals and, you know, how many journal references and stuff like this. But this is now specifically for my UP students that do a mini dissertation. Okay, so it's not completely applicable to you, so that's why I'm not going to open it to you guys. But you will eventually get a link. Sorry, where's all my wikis now? My wikis. I have already created one that is called Faculty of Management Sciences Postgraduates. But you will see that at the moment it is blank. All right, so that's just to give you an idea what the wiki is about. So you will get an email that invites you to join it, and then you can go and create your own page, and if you find something that you think is of interest to everybody, you can also upload it. All right. But once it's a bit more populated, I will again just show you where it is and how it works.
So the links of Facebook, TED.com, and your normal
Yes.
academic
Yes.
website.
Yeah. Because it's basically a very simple way of creating a website, because it's hosted by Wikispaces, and because it's an educational purpose site, it's free. So I don't actually even pay a subscription for it. So that's quite cool.